Welcome to Of Responsible. Today we're going to be talking about patients. If I was a hospital and I was looking to recruit patients in the next 10 years, where would I go? What is the location that would give me patients? Yeah, and I know that sounds crude, that it's almost like I want people to get sick. But no, it is not that I want people to get sick. In fact, I am saying this so that you do not get sick. But if I was a hospital that needed to recruit patients, diabetic patients, people who have high blood pressure, whose heart has failed, congestive heart failure, and their kidneys are not working, and they're having strokes, and their knees are not working because they've been obese and the weight had destroyed their knees, and they have back pain because they have too much weight. Where would I get these patients? I want to be able to know that in 10 years that my company, this hospital, is going to be successful. What would tell me? Where would I go? Is it schools? Is it banks? Is it the supermarket? Where would I go? Yeah, I would go to fast food restaurants and I would stand there with a table and I would say, please join our program next year for diabetes and high blood pressure. And you'll be like, what are you talking about? The pizza is tasty, the fries are good, or the burger, I feel like I'm eating like the Romans. Yeah, if you eat like the Romans, you die like the Romans. I feel like I'm eating like people, my cousins in the States, and my friends in the UK, and those people that went to Dubai. Yeah, they are posting with chicken, yeah, GMO, steroid, antibiotic infused grown chicken. And yes, I will be there, and I will be taking down names and numbers because I know in 10 years you are going to have those diseases, and the hospitals will be doing very well. Yeah, so that's where we stop. Yeah, I will I did that one day. Yeah, not recording the names, but I went into a fast food restaurant that opened in an outskirts town about 45 kilometers from Nairobi, and I was shocked because I stood there. I stood there in a parking lot, and I was shocked at the people that were driving in, and obviously, yeah, everybody was driving in. They're eating well. They're eating like people abroad, right? And they do not understand they've been studied. They've been studied. Yeah, Africa in 2012 was studied. Yeah, if income rises, the first thing that changes is how people eat, is the size of the plate. On that size of the biggest percentage that changes on that plate is the amount of food that the amount of meat that people eat. Yeah, that's the chicken and the fries. Yeah, it was studied because you're having a bit of more disposable income. The way we're going to create dust bins, disposable income, right? For your money in fast food. And as we are doing that, we also know that you're going to be getting very sick. So I stood in that parking lot and I saw this child that was walking into that fast food and they were struggling to breathe because they looked older than me, and I'm sure that child was not more than 11 years old. But to their parent, this is eating right. This is how wealth looks like. And they go when they are 13 and they are told, oh, your child has juvenile diabetes. And you think, yeah, juvenile diabetes, so it's a diabetes that you get because you're young? No. It's the diabetes you get because you ate food that is killing that child. Yeah, because they are too big and their pancreas cannot be able to keep up production of insulin to keep up with the fatty tissue that is resistant to insulin. And then so you're told that your child has diabetes. You're like, oh, my child has diabetes. Yeah, let's call for a fellowship and pray for them. No, you need to stop going to fast food. Stop killing the child, right? Stop killing the child, thinking that we are eating right and we are eating like the West. We're eating like the Americans. We're eating like the Britons, right? That is slavery. That's food slavery. Like literally, that's food slavery. Like you're being enslaved with food. Food that is going to make you diabetic, hypertensive. You're going to lose your organs while they're still in your body. And these diseases make sure you're not like dying, but you're constantly going back and forth for dialysis. Or you're going for rehab because you had a stroke and we have to fix your arm that will never come back. or it's congestive heart failure. Things that we can prevent. Things that these kids are going to be dealing with when they are 20. Why? Because we are eating right. If we eat like the Romans, and I can tell you, have looked at the Romans. I used to work in cardiothoracic ICU, so I know what I'm talking about. In fact, after I left there, I wrote a book called Dollar Altar, that people are being sacrificed in America on the altar of the dollar. And I was writing that book to warn us from getting into the same system of eating food that put you on a cardiothoracic surgeon table. Why? Because it's predictable. It is predictable how it's basically how you get on a road from here and you get on a road going towards Kisumu. It's predictable that you're going to get to Nakuru first if you take that road. And if going east, going to Mombasa, you will go past Voi. We can see where you're going. I can basically stand at a fast food restaurant and I can tell who is going to be diabetic. I can tell who is going to be hypertensive. You just need to look at their body, and their bodies are screaming, please don't feed me that again. But unfortunately, when you have fatty tissue that is building out on your body, it always screams for more, right? Bites of death that is sending money abroad. Yeah, that's another thing. That's most of these restaurants, the money is going abroad. Yeah, you feel like you're like uko maju, right? Maju. Kwani si tuko chini, right? Uko maju, and that's how we feel. You're eating maju. But as you're eating maju, you're sending your money abroad. So you're basically killing yourself twice. Your money you're spending your money there because it's going abroad. Your money in the bank loses value because it has to be dumped to buy dollars to send it to the people who own the restaurants. But we tumeomoka, right? These are signs za kuomoka. So we have to program our food system differently, and it's not really programming it differently. It is basically just going back to what worked. There is nothing wrong with our food, with our culture of foods. But if we think, if you walk into a fast food restaurant, one thing you're gonna notice, the food there is one thing that misses: vegetables. Why? Yeah, think about it. Vegetables. The vegetables. If you do not have vegetables on your food, you're going to be on surgeon's tables. Yeah, whether that's like chronic, like literally chronic constipation. Because the very same people who are going to fast food restaurants, like how often do they walk? I told you we drive there, right? Because we made it. How often? How often do they walk? Yeah, and we're saying gyms and we're going to, yeah, the other thing is like it's fatty foods, starch food, and juices. We can change that. We can either going to say we're going to be an economy that is going to be functioning because we have very sick people. Yeah, the manufacturers of wheelchair companies, they're very happy. The manufacturers of, the big pharma is very happy. Because looking forward, we studied the table in 2013 to 2012, and I mean the plate, and we know that the next thing that is going to happen in the next 10 years is that you're going to have very sick people. But these are loaded people, so they have some money they can spend, so they have insurance, right? So we assure healthcare industry is going to be doing very well. So keep eating fast food. The hospitals are waiting for you on the other hand. So if you see me in a parking lot, like looking for people who are going to sign up in my hospital in the future for diabetes, high blood pressure, please don't pass me, because I know you're going to be a patient and you're a candidate in that hospital. What are we going to call it? Afri Hospital? No. We are Afri-responsible. So we are here to stop it. Africans being responsible. My name is Robert. I've written several books, Five Fingers, Money Circles, Dollar Altar, and President Advisor. This talks about the things that we need to do to make sure that we are not slaves. We are not day slaves. We are not the subject of diseased capitalism. That's a chapter in Dollar Altar. And we're not being sacrificed on the altar of dollars. That's what I'm here to stop. Have a good day.